Yum. 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 All right. Let's talk about Eenie Meanie. My Nemo. Catch a tiger by the tail. If he holler, let him go. Eenie Meanie, mighty. Sounds so weird saying that. Eenie Meanie. Let's talk about Eenie Meanie. That's what it kind of feels like how I should be saying it. A rebellious ex-teen getaway driver gets yanked back into her wild past when an old boss dangles the chance to save her flaky ex-boyfriend's life. And flaky he is. Also stupid. Makes very stupid decisions, but I like him. The good. As I pointed out many times, good movies or bad ones, I will always go out of my way to watch Samara Weaving. Not in a creepy way, just in a very much enjoyable actor way. Kind of like how the market is supposed to tell me what I am supposed to watch, right? Like if I love Tom Cruise, I'm gonna go see his movies. If I love Samara Weaving, I'm gonna go see her movies. That's how it is. It's not creepy.
Not in a creepy way.
I enjoy her art, acting, skill. Seriously. Not only does she work within the Wayne as in the TV show, the Wayne-like universe, but she's utilized in a very physical way within the actual driving scenes, kind of close to what Baby Driver did. Whenever they're actually doing the driving stunts and the close-ups and the specific kind of camera work that they're actually, showing the actor behind the wheel doing the stunts, or rather in the driver's seat. What am I saying? What the am I saying? Say it! Say it! It gives a good sense that not only did the actor put in the work to actually drive, the way that the character is supposed to be, but it allows us to be a little bit more kind of upfront and personal and handheld and guerrilla style within that world. Samara just always brings this kind of personality that is confident, yet at the same time extremely emotional. Maybe that's the attractiveness, I think, toward that actor and how great they actually can be. Her ability to kind of move in and out of the confidence of her character into the emotional vulnerability that is trying to save somebody's life, even if you hate them, but you have to love them, and the situation calls for it, especially how the plot unravels. Speaking of Wayne, what a transition. Speaking of Wayne, you should check out that show when you have a chance. It's undeniable that the creator of that show made this. It's gritty, has extremely dry delivered one-liners, an underground redneck white trash backdrop, weird accents you can't place. Like, are they from Ohio? It's always set in Ohio, right? It doesn't sound like whatever. And most importantly, metal. Or rock, or punk. Utilizing all that was established in Wayne played extremely well within Eenie Meanie. Eenie Meanie. It sounds, it's like when an adult says cookie. It just sounds so weird, like, hey, can I get a coffee with a chocolate chip cookie? Anyway, it works extremely well. And Sean Simmons carried over well his overall direction and visual flair to really punch up the action and the heart of the story. The bad. Now, this is completely speculative. But I wanted to mention how remarkable the actual filmmaking and execution of the film was. On an indie filmmaking level, the action, production, editing, and music used should be considered a blueprint for up-and-coming filmmakers. But when researching the actual budget for this movie, speculatively, it actually lowered my takeaway. According to sources, this movie cost around $50 million to make. $50 million. Imagine that. Look at it, even from like the perspective of distribution. Hulu, Disney, I guess that doesn't really matter to them, but the fact that it's $50 million to make and they just put it out on a streaming. $50 million. Money makes no sense. In comparison, Weapons, a movie that just came out, great horror, cost half that. Civil War, another great movie that came out, allegedly was made for around that, but had, a theatrical run, A24, a lot of that, kind of backing to be able to make more money. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once also allegedly cost half of that. Just an incredible movie. And all these productions showcase way more in terms of production scope, which is kind of the unfortunate part because it lowered my takeaway from the movie because the expectation and what I've seen within, an indie scope, what you can do with little, I think is more impressive than what you can't do with a lot. Sometimes I just sound freaking smart. Speculatively. Overall, I almost put Eenie Meanie near the top of my film watching experience of the year, purely on my love for low-budget executable projects. But the surprise of how much the budget was and how little the actual production shows actually comes off as a disappointment. But that's a me problem. Not a you problem, that's a me problem. Now looking at it from, a perspective of should you watch this? I think you should. I think it's a good movie, especially when you think of it from a lower scale. It's an even better movie. At the end of the day, it's still a good movie, and I think that you'll enjoy it. If you like Wayne or, gritty, racing, high-octane, lower-scaled action movies. Go see it.
Tell me you don't miss that.
What did you think? Did you have any expectations coming into this movie? Do you love Baby Driver? What other kind of, racing movies do you like? Bullet, of course. I actually really like that Gran Turismo movie. I might be the only one. I think it's fantastic. Like F1 in terms of the racing and what you're expecting. Just putting it out there. Just want to let you know. That's all I've got.